Hello, tribe. I hope everyone's having a great day today. It is beautiful here in Lebanon and the sun is shining, which makes me super happy. I wanted to spend a little bit of time today talking to you about how much activity you actually do and how much food you're actually bringing in. A lot of people ask me all the time, can I eat this? Can I eat that? Can I eat this? Can I eat that? Yes, you can eat anything you want. You can have anything you want. It's the amounts in which you eat that will affect your goals, whether you're trying to put on muscle, take off body fat, get faster, get stronger, whatever your goal is, you can eat all the foods that are out there, even the bad stuff, but it just depends on if you've allocated for it or not. So one of the things I hear a lot from people, and a lot of times I overhear it, probably more than I actually am included in the conversation. But a lot of times I hear things like, oh my gosh, that was such a tough workout. I totally earned this treat. Or I've had a bad day. I'm going to go ahead and eat this tonight because I'll work it off tomorrow. And so what we refer to that in the business is as people trying to out exercise a bad diet. And it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So I wrote down a couple of examples for you because specifically, let's say you're trying to lose body fat, whether that is to get leaner or just overall health to drop some weight. The average person, and again, I'm using averages, so please don't get fired up if your Fitbit or something told you that you did more or less. I get it. This is just an average. The average woman who were to go for a jog for about 30 minutes would burn about 300 calories. The medium-sized milkshake at your local UDF, just made with vanilla ice cream, is about 500. The average woman who were to do 60 minutes of a high-intensity cardio class, be it a spinning class, a Zumba class, something like that, where it's like go, 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 sweat, 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 no weightlifting necessarily, but just cardio class, burns on average 450 to 600 calories for the class. The average of 2 slices of cheese pizza is 600 calories. So the reason I'm using those comparisons is because a lot of times when you work your butt off and you are sweating and you're dripping and you're like, man, I earned it. I worked so hard. Well, first of all, you're right. You did earn it. You earned that sweat. You earned that burn. You earned that feeling. But earning that feeling is not the same as earning crappy food. If your goal is to eat crappy food so you're exercising, basically your goal is to stay where you are. Because if you are purposely eating 2 slices of pizza and then purposely training hard in a cardio class for an hour, you are just staying where you are body weight wise. The inside of your body is being affected significantly by the junk that you've put in it. That's a whole other story. But my point is that if you actually have a goal, and the goal is based on changing your body composition, changing the performance in which your body can run faster, lift heavier things, that kind of composition change, your food has to support that. And so there is no way to eat junk and not pay for it at some point in time. Now, does that mean you can never have something, decadent or something with sugar? No, absolutely not. You can have it. You have to plan for it. You have to prepare for it. Just as you don't wake up on a Tuesday and go, you know what? I am sick of work. I'm going to take off to Florida for 2 weeks. Because you haven't budgeted for it, right? You're not prepared for that. You haven't put the money back. You haven't scheduled the time off. You don't have maybe the house sitter. You don't have the mail put on hold. You haven't prepared for it, so you don't just dive in and do it. So same thing when it comes to your food. Just because you're having a craptastic day, or even sometimes it's a fabulous day, right? Sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, so-and-so got married, or so-and-so is having a baby. I think we should celebrate. Same thing. If you haven't budgeted for the celebration, then don't do it. Don't pull from a bank account you don't have room for. So this all goes back to learning how many calories you need based on your current state of your weight, your height, your body fat percentage, and learning what macros, how much of that of those calories that you need, how much of that needs to be coming to you from carbohydrates and from fats and from proteins, and then budgeting it. Budgeting your macros just as you would your paycheck. You do not get your paycheck on Friday and travel to Rome over the weekend because you I had a great paycheck. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you're a millionaire. But the idea is that you prepare, you budget, you plan things out. So please don't think because you worked for 2 hours doing some sort of exercise that you've now earned quadruple payment or quadruple in your salary, and you can go and blow that. So you cannot out-exercise a bad diet. You cannot eat more than your body needs and lose weight. You have to give your body what it's asking for, what it needs, and how to run off of it. Now, in the same token, if you splurge one day and then you're like, I'm going to go and exercise, I'm going to work that off, and based on my calories, I'm still over, so now I'm going to just starve myself today. I'm only going to have one meal today to make up for it. It also doesn't work that way. If you stop eating or you slow down your eating or starve yourself, you actually slow down your metabolism, which will result in you keeping body fat. And you will also just become very tired and sluggish because your body needs food to operate. So if you were planning on eating something crappy, making it up in an exercise class the next day, eating less the next day, and doing another exercise class to make it up, you are now in an energy deficit, which means your body is going to start shutting down. Your body is going to start opening itself up to things like colds, sinus, immune issues, because you're run down now, your metabolism is slow, and through all of that, your body's going to hang on to your body fat because it's confused. It doesn't know what the heck you've got going on. We had this surplus of calories, now we have no calories. What do we do? Oh my gosh, we better hang on to this. It's a matter of being consistent with how many calories, protein, fats, and carbs, what the breakdown is of that. It's being consistent with that. It's being consistent in your activity. And more important than any of all of this, more important than the numbers on the scale, the numbers in your meal plan, is what's going on up here. Because if you do not have your mindset in the right spot, it's not going to matter if you're exercising or eating right. It's not going to stick. It's not going to change. So what I wanted to get across to you today was, if you are trying to earn your food, you already earned it. You're alive. Right there. Being alive, you've earned a certain amount of calories, and your body needs that just to function. If you're trying to earn a Snickers bar, you're going to have to do a lot more activity than you probably planned on. And I also want you to really start thinking about the words that you use when you say, I've earned this treat. Okay, so for example, a Snickers bar, you've earned this treat. So really, your body worked so hard that it earned artificial colors, flavors, tons of sugar, tons of saturated fats. It's earned these things that are actually going to slow it down and be bad for it. Why didn't it earn an afternoon in the sun? Why didn't it earn a massage? Why didn't it earn a healthy homemade meal? Right? Like, so if you're going to treat yourself, what are you treating yourself with? Are you treating yourself with something that's actually awesome for you, that your body actually wants? Or are you treating the 5-year-old inside your head who thinks that every good deed deserves a Hershey kiss? Right? You with me? All right. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, was just the fact that I know a lot of people, when you first start trying to take care of yourself, you're trying to exercise, you're trying to eat right, you immediately start making these bargains with your food budget. And I really think a lot of people are not, it's not that they don't mean to be, but I see people all the time say, okay, my little handy dandy new watch that I have told me I just burned 300 calories. I'm going to go have this for dinner. They've researched how many calories they've burned, but they don't research what they're getting ready to eat. And so why track your activity if you're not going to actually track your food? Why track your workouts if you're not going to track your food? That would be like tracking your spending, but not tracking your income. So I could go tomorrow and I could go to the store and I could just buy, just buy everything I ever wanted. And I could keep track of it. I could write it in a book. I bought this and I bought that and I bought this and I bought that. But if I'm not tracking how much money I'm bringing in from my income, then it doesn't matter. And so these are the things I want you to think about. I want you to think about the words that you're using in your head. Did you really earn a meal that's going to make you sluggish and feel like crap? Or did you really earn something great, like a massage, like a walk, like time to read a book? Reward yourself with other things. Reward yourself with things that actually are rewards for you. You all know that when you treat yourself to something, you feel like, ugh, later. That's because your body is not responding well to either the dairy or the sugar or whatever it is that you ate, the amount of calories, the amount of fat, whatever. Your body's not happy with that. So start thinking about your treats as true, actual rewards. And You know, if you need more than like some time to read a book as a treat, or, you know, then schedule, if I'm going to stick with my plan for so many days and I'm going to get a massage. I'm going to stick with my plan for so many days. I'm going to get a pedicure. I'm going to stick with my plan for so many days. I'm going to get a facial, whatever it is that you want to treat yourself with. But remember, the treat needs to be, and it could be a food treat. If you're saying to yourself, I'm going to stick with my plan for so many days, and then I'm going to have a food treat, that's okay. But you have to plan for that. So is it going to be a glass of wine, or is it going to be a piece of pizza, or is it going to be a bowl of ice cream? It's not going to be all of them. I can guarantee you that. It's not going to be all of those things. It's not going to be a bottle of wine. You've got to budget and plan for it. So hopefully this gives you guys just some things to think about. Like I said, as much as I love the math and science behind the number on the scale, the number of the body fat, and the number of your macros, if you don't start thinking correctly about how you're spending those numbers, it's not going to matter, and you're just going to be stuck. You're going to just stay in one place, and you're going to go on this little Ferris wheel up and down and up and down and up and down, and nothing is ever going to come from it. So think, treat yourself well, take care of yourself. All right? If you need anything, let me know. I'll see you guys in a couple days. Bye.